Hi, Scorpio. I'm Ronique, and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your September 2024 General Tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at the astrological energies of the month of September. This, once again, is a big month. We're coming out of August that had all of that huge energy in it. September continues this big energy, but we are now in eclipse season. So we will actually witness Pisces full moon solar eclipse, or actually lunar eclipse, on September 17th. So big energy there. So take a look at the description box below, Scorpio. I have put all of the important dates for the month of September. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love if you would. All right, Scorpio, let's go week by week. So you start off the first week of September with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, as well as the Temperance card. Sagittarius energy there, major arcana. Second week of the month finds you with the Seven of Swords in reverse. So already two sevens on the ground. And now you have three sevens, Seven of Wands. So interesting there with the three sevens, Scorpio. Third week of the month, Knight of Wands in the reverse, as well as the Page of Wands also in reverse. Interesting synchronicities, all the wands, all the sevens. Last week of the month, Nine of Wands. Okay, angels, I see you. And the Nine of Swords. So the reason why I am laughing is because anytime I am connecting to spirit, sometimes they I feel like they say funny things in my ear. And so I literally heard synchronicity. So we have the three sevens here. You know, 3 triple sevens is usually good luck. We have all these wands here, but we also have a duplicate of the nines, Nine of Swords and Nine of Wands. So Scorpio, you can always tell when spirit is trying to send you a message here. So be prepared for big synchronicities in September. Let's go ahead and pull a card representing the energy you are bringing out of the month of August. And you have the King of Swords in the reverse. So Scorpio, there is a feeling here. The feeling that I have here is, for many of you all, important decision makers were supposed to give you some type of, it feels like someone was supposed to give you important news during the month of August, and it didn't come through, whether it was because Mercury was retrograde, whether it was this person didn't have the information to give you. Someone in a high up position could have either disappointed you, or if you are this person, you could have disappointed someone else that you needed to unveil some important information. I do think during the month of August, this is going to come up again, especially because we have Mercury now retracing where it was in the month of August. So pay attention to any kind of information that finally reaches you that you should have had last month, okay? Spirit, if you can send Scorpio a card representing their overarching energy for the month of September. And you have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. I'm laughing once again because you have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So, Scorpio, what is it during the month of September that you really need to pay attention to? Who is it that comes around that is possibly trying to get something done quickly without thinking? Possibly this is you. Maybe you're just trying to rush and you're not waiting for divine timing. It feels like there is something here that is rushing, and Spirit is reminding you during the month of September, take your time. Do not try to come up with your own it feels like you're trying to come up with your own resolution before you're letting things play out. And I do feel like that Page of Wands and Knight of Wands is going to be a repeat of that same message by the time you get to that third week of the month. So really pay attention, Scorpio, to Who is it that comes into your life this month? I already feel like these first few weeks of the month, there is some type of good news that is trying to reach you, but possibly it doesn't because of some people in your life that possibly are trying to steal information, or maybe you just have so much on your plate that you're not paying attention, okay? Do know though that by the time you get into this third and fourth weeks, some type of news reaches you, but it takes its time to get to you. And I feel like it's a repeat of that King of Swords where some important information is trying to get to you. I will tell you, by the time you get to that eclipse with Pluto, with Pisces, I do think that that's going to be some huge news. And I was going to say Pluto now in Capricorn as well is going to bring something to an end. So let's go week by week. We start off that first week of September with Uranus retrograde beginning in Taurus on the 1st. Pluto enters Capricorn on the 1st as well. And then we have a Virgo new moon on the 2nd. During this Virgo new moon, Scorpio, there could be some type of balancing situation where you're trying to figure out how to either balance your work life and your home life, or possibly you have two different type of projects that you're working on. Maybe a client has brought you all these ideas and you're not quite sure which one to choose. It will be a balancing act during this first week of the month. And I do think that Mars entering Cancer on the 4th could also help you redirect your attention to yourself and not so much outward, okay? I do think that there's like this balancing act that you're trying to do, but you're struggling with at the beginning of the month. Use that new moon in Virgo to possibly make some checklists or to get really detailed and oriented so that you don't feel so overwhelmed that first week of September. Now, I will tell you, when you get to this second week, this is where I feel like the overwhelm is coming with that 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. By the time you get to September 9th, Mercury enters Virgo. I do think that during this time, once Mercury crosses into Virgo, maybe communications get a little better for you, but I do think that this is information you've already gone over, since this is now, Mercury has already gone over this path. So realize that back in the month of August, you could have had conversations with people that are still ongoing. And I do think that many of you all are concerned about either some colleagues or someone around you either taking some information, or you just have so much going on your plate that you don't have time to figure out who this is, but you just feel like there's something going on, but you can't put your finger on it. And I do think that by the time you get to the 17th of the month, when we have that lunar eclipse in Pisces, I do think this is going to bring up a whole new area of you concentrating on yourself and not worrying about who it is around you, Scorpio, that is either doing dirt or not paying attention. And this doesn't necessarily have to be at work. This is definitely be like in your home life. There isn't really any pentacles here in your reading, so this definitely could be at home or with a neighbor or with a family member, okay? Now, by the time we reach this third week of September, this is after that lunar eclipse in Pisces, full moon, we now have the sun entering Libra on the 22nd, and then Venus will enter your sign, Scorpio, also on the 22nd. So this is a big shift of energy on the 22nd. Sun in Libra, and then Venus entering your sign with both of these wands in reverse. It's that repeated theme that I was telling you here with that Knight of Wands. Someone's trying to rush into something that you haven't thought through. This could be the energy around you, or this could be you possibly getting some information that you're now ready to like jump on, but Spirit's like, wait a minute, pay attention, get all of the information first. And also note that Mercury fully gets past its retrograde shadow by time we end September. So this energy could clear up by time we're moving into October, but just know information may not be as clear just because you've been dealing with all of this information slowing down during the month of August. But now once you get into September, there are some endings on the way, Scorpio. 2 9s at the end of September, but both in reverse. So I do think that's very interesting, because that 9 of Swords in reverse is actually a welcomed energy. It's like no longer worrying. But then the Nine of Wands is like that energy of like, whew, I'm finally done with a cycle. So I do think for many of you all, Scorpio, whatever you've been worrying about over these last few weeks or months could come to an end by time we move into Mercury entering Libra on the 26th. On the 30th, the Sun is conjunct Mercury in Libra. And then on the 2nd of October, we will have a solar eclipse in Libra. I do think that this energy could move into October when you're feeling better about your situation. And I do think that once we move into your solar return in mid-October, Scorpio, I do think you're going to feel a lot better about some endings. So I'm really glad to see that. So overall, Scorpio, looks like a really dynamic month for you. I think you have a lot of synchronicities going on, which means spirit is going to be talking to you, through other people, through messaging. So pay attention, okay? All right, Scorpio, I hope this was helpful for you. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you're looking forward to in September, and I'll talk to you later.